Hello everyone, this is Azoh, and today we will be looking at a Talon game where I got pretty screwed over in lane, and generally, well, I didn't perform particularly well, but I still pulled through pretty well with roaming, so I wanted to kind of look at Talon's, like generally what I think about Talon's laning and kind of how you're supposed to play it out despite being kind of weak in lane. Because generally, as you'll probably know if you play Talon, his laning is really, well, it's pretty weak. Generally, you go Flask, which means your trading isn't particularly great in a short-term sense. Like, yes, overall, you get more sustain and can, in the long term, do better in lane, but overall, the actual trades and all ends are pretty weak early game. Also, particularly your W, the early level damage of W are absolutely horrible. And since that's what you're maxing first, you know, it takes a bit of time. I mean, if you wouldn't be maxing it first, it'd basically be a dead spell. But since you're maxing it first, after when you have 2 or 3 ranks in it, it starts being useful. Level 1, it's just, if you can time it right, it can be used for last hitting or for interrupting your auto attacks. Sure. But in general, the only thing you have to benefit is pretty much you have an auto attack reset with your Q. You get pretty good base speed, but I also run HP per level seals, which means, you know, before first back, I'm not really going to be doing anything, and honestly, that's kind of my playstyle with most assassins in mid lane, except for Yasuo. I think Yasuo can go ham pretty early, but Zed, definitely. I play Zed kind of a defensive, offensive way, in that I'm all for going for poke and for W trades. Generally not that much, though, in early game. Before my first back, I played pretty passive, and I think that works fine with HP per level, but after first back, it's on. But with Talon, it's pretty hard to do that, unless you're going in a melee matchup. I think in a melee matchup you can still do Longsword. Longsword is actually quite fine in melee matchups, in my opinion, because then you can, especially something like Zed, then you can trade. You can go in with a Q auto attack, W auto attack Q, both get increased 10% and get some nice damage. And with the longsword, you're actually quite even in trading with Zed. The problem is then you don't really have the mana to outdo it. Regardless, I want to look at that. That's a big fuck up. Let's see. Because the problem is when you use W early game is that W does very little damage, but it does enough damage to, like, 1W. I should say 1W is more than 1 auto attack, like 2 hits of 1W, which means if you hit full damage or full HP caster minions, they will be fucked up, like I did here. I want to go for 2 last hits here. I got 1, and I also fucked up that one, and that one's fucked up, that one's fucked up unless I do something about it. That one is still fine. So dealing with this is kind of obnoxious, because that one's dead, reset with Q, that one's fine, but those 2 die also. And I take poke under turret, because I have to focus very intently in all my resources on actually getting the farm. So using W is kind of obnoxious early game, I think. Before it gets any strength, it's actually quite hard also to sometimes just time so you have enough damage, because sometimes you do the first part of the W, which then gets it down to very low HP, a minion, and then your other minions takes it out. So I think, yeah, be careful about your W. At level 3, your W starts being fine. I think you take like 40% of ranged minions' HP. Which is, I mean, decent. It costs a bit of mana though, and your mana pool isn't really, you know, great. You can't get any mana for runes or masteries or anything. It's just that flask. So, you know, mana management is quite important, yes. And generally, the poke from Syndra is going down. So as I was saying, I'm doing pretty poorly in this lane. Still doing okay in terms of farm, but I don't know. I never consider it fine if I'm just even in CS. And since I'm not even that, I'm missing free CS as well. It's kind of awkward. I'm getting pushed in as always, but getting pushed in, pardon me, getting pushed in is not really that much of an issue, because with W and Q you can actually do okay under turret. That was bad. I should have reset the first one. And these ones are now, well, you know, you see. So I'm like 6 CS behind. I also have Flask, which means my power spike is going to be way further behind because she's also going Dorans, which means more focus early, more strength early, you know. So I shoved this out, and this was a bit of a slow shove. That's the problem, I guess, when you don't have enough damage. So I shove all that out, and if you look at this, she gets all but one. She auto-attacks, clears. Here comes the Q soon. If this thing doesn't want to be an asshole, there we go. Clears all that, and she can D-push much faster than me. I go for, what I go for? Let's see, pickaxe? Right, because what was my gold? I forget how you check gold. Here we go. At this point I had 900 gold. Or what I'm saying, I had, yeah, 900 gold in the bank. Which means I could either have gone for... I could have gone boots and actually I could have gone boots and a bunch of potions and wards, which probably could have been like better at that point, but generally something you should avoid though is getting the I think pickaxe is just generally something, it's never a bad idea to get a pickaxe there. See that I went for 2 longswords, I think the pickaxe is better because I still had 3 potions, so really the only thing I'm missing here is that I'm not getting any wards, which, you know, that's never a good idea to skip wards, but at this point, I don't know, I just felt confident in how she was playing for some reason. Generally, I mean, when I look back at it, I don't think it was the right decision not to get wards. And Neely picks up a kill top lane. Be another case. Now that I got back from my second back, I start playing much more aggressively. W clears almost an entire wave in its own. And let's look at laning overall. Yeah, 2 Ws clears an entire wave, and your D push is now amazing. This is where Talon starts getting pretty strong, because at this point, if she starts pushing to roam, I can W, and then if I get a Tiamat rush, which generally not that great, but actually it's not that bad. If for nothing else, then just specifically for the reason that you D push immediately with a W Tiamat, you D push any lane pretty much. And if it's not D push, then auto attack Q with the Tiamat active or passive. It should D push anything pretty much. So that means here we go. At that point, you can definitely start going. And now she has ultimate, not even close to killing me. No one on her. And I have a lot of regen, which means, you know, I don't really feel that threatened. She does have cookies, and she does have 2 Dorans, which means she's getting her mana back up pretty soon, but I have way too much sustain to be at any threat, I think. So just D-push, and I guess accepting or like focusing on the strength of Talon later on in your D-push, flash for flash. I don't know if that was completely perfectly played. Let's look at that again. Yeah, jump to minion, jump for R. I mean, what I could have done, I guess. Oops, and I fucked it up again. It's a comedy of errors here. There we go. Ignite, flash for flash. I guess I could have, like, instead of just flash R, I could have just R'd and run behind her, but she knew, like, that wouldn't have killed her. I don't think she needed... Let's see, what's my cooldowns right here? Wait, really? Nothing on cooldown? Not even ultimate? That doesn't... There you go. Q was up. I guess a Q... Auto attack Q. Actually, no. I mean, she did flash out of the range for the R, so I guess... Well, I don't know. Regardless. Split second decision. Her flash with my flash is actually really worth, because without flash, if I can dodge an E, she's instant kill. But at this point, she's dead. Absolutely do what I'm doing here. Get 1 minion each, pretty down low. W, these are going to be I think it's 1 auto attack from death, or one or 2 auto attacks from death, depending on AD. And this one's going to be easy to take care of as well. There you go. And these are 2 auto attacks, which means Q1, and then let the minions work on these ones until they're 1 attack from dead. And there you go, that one and that. I'm just looking at the map, she's way over here, 6 minions, that's no problem. B-call, what is my money at right now? I am sitting at 700, not enough for Moby boots, which means at this point, since this is above 720, I should either go boots and longsword or 2 longswords. I think 2 longswords is the better choice, but longsword boots could absolutely be better. I just think when she doesn't have flash, even though I don't have my ignite, I think when she doesn't have flash, it's just... there you go, that should be a kill on her. That's a free kill for Warwick, I guess. When she doesn't have flash, going for aggressive like this is absolutely fine. Talon has incredibly good all-in, I think. Which means at this point I can go all-in right now. Go for 1W. Doesn't show very well here because of the camera angle, but takes her down quite well. And at this point, no E. I should go immediately right now. She's kind of sitting right at turret range, but there, jump, go. There you go. Not quite dead. 1 auto attack from death. Which, I mean... It's just about managing her E, I guess. And at that point, it's not really luck. I shouldn't be complaining about luck here. Considering it's just maths, you know? But I guess it was a close call. And I think I would have made the same call if I went back there. Because, you know, yeah, maybe you can't calculate everything. She overstays, that's fine, because you can depush absolutely, well, instantly, pretty much. At this point, look at lanes. Let's see, Olaf is without a flash. This is pretty much a free way up. Because I think Kola also called that he'd ward this brush and didn't have more than 1 ward. I don't even know actually if this was a trinket ward. I guess it doesn't show. Regardless, I guess it was a trinket ward. Which means this is a free path up here. But also, just looking at it, the only thing that kept a bot lane ward at this point was just these, and these are easy to avoid. So this would have been absolutely 100% a free kill. The problem is that I don't have Moby boots here, so like it takes, I think I even said that it's gonna take like a year before I get there. Because without even normal boots, it's just so slow. But just synergizing and letting your top laner know that you can roam and pushing up before roaming is, you know, super important. And then that should be a free kill, right? Yep, I think I just leave it. Yeah, I leave it. That's a free kill. Okay, cool. And after that, top lane is back to normal, I think. Yeah, it was losing a little bit in farm, but it wasn't a big deal. And now mid lane overextended. Ultimate should be up again. I don't really need it. That's just overextending on her part though. Kind of a fuck up, but it's not a big deal. Sorry, I didn't look at. I went brutalizer now, and at this point you should be kind of almost facepalming and saying just get the movie boots already. But since I know her flash is still down, I was actually going to go for mid lanes as my ultimate, and my ignite was soon up again. My ultimate was up and my ignite was soon up again. I just, with a brutalizer and a pickaxe, your insta-kill potential is unreal. And here we just push away a dragon. This should be free push away, right? They're quite low. I think we fucked this up actually. Yeah, Neely went for dragon instead of a Warwick. That's, people always make that mistake though. You don't go for the, like, just don't go for the objective. Kill the jungler first and then go for the objective, unless you have a Nunu jungler or something like that. Regardless, that is unfortunate. Okay. Oops, sorry about that. Go in to check. All in. Should be a free kill. She does get nothing for it. And I guess that's the power of pickaxe and brutalizer. Just recognize, like, when you're making the decision, I want to go brutalizer pickaxe instead of, you know, Moby boots. Recognize that, you know, you have to fight all the time, instantly when you get back to lanes, because your cooldowns are really low innately, and with a brutalizer they're even lower. So if you can go immediately when your ultimate is up, and especially if it's an immobile mage like Syndra, like go immediately when you get back to lane, just instantly fight. Because Talon's 100 to 0 is, it's really good, and you don't really fuck it up. We already talked about combos in a different video, so, you know, I don't feel like there's much to say about it. You do the normal combo, and with an ignite, or even without an ignite, they die, or at least you push them out of lane, and then you can depush the entire wave and go roam, even without Moby boots. It's just, it's so brilliant in that you don't even need Moby boots to roam here, because as long as you get a sweeper, as I have, you can roam even without Moby boots. because your E is actually pretty okay for roaming right now. I don't think you should people should accentuate, I think the word is, too much. Like, oh man, Talon's roam with E is much better now than with silence, like, because of the slow. I mean, silence was obviously better, but okay, finally. We can stop talking about this because I have my Moby Boots right now. So now it's all about roaming. And again, since, like, Moby Boots, the problem is that when you get Moby Boots, you are sacrificing lane power, because Moby Boots really don't have any effect in lane. Like, you could get another longsword and keep the boots. Sure, it's like 10 extra damage, not that big of a deal, but it does sacrifice some lane strength. So if you go the pickaxe brutalizer, you should win pretty much every fight. But here, D push, I am sacrificing some minions. D push, rush instantly bot, and even with these wards, it doesn't really matter, because at this point, death on both of these guys. I think, right? It should be both. What's my CDs? Yeah, this is both. And I make sure he doesn't kill Steel accidentally. I understand he had the best intentions, but I gotta make sure he doesn't accidentally get the kill. And here instantly, easy D push. I guess at this point I have a bit too much AD, and it's kind of awkward to last hit here. But and I know she wants to go for the Q, jump over with the E, you land behind it and get it pretty much for free. At this point, pink ward, pretty standard. I don't know, like, placing a pink ward here, I guess isn't optimal. Who's their jungler? Warwick, yeah. I think I should have placed it out here anyway. And I do know, because of the pink ward over here, who's this? Neely's? I know there's a ward here, so I think I just did it because I wanted to have a whole river warded, but I think, I don't know, I think I should have just warded out here, and then I could have stayed defensively, like, a bit to the right side. But at this point, it doesn't really matter, because we're not in the laning phase really much anymore, because I'm, like, shifting in and out of laning phase with roaming, so still, I know her flash is up, because, you know, it was a long time since you used it, so at this point, still, even with flash, just go in, force flash. Flash for flash is pretty much, yeah, I can't say it wouldn't be worth here. Then, you know, go for the aggressive W. I guess it's pointless because she was going back anyway. It would have been, if I hadn't gone for the W there, it would have let me D push faster. Yeah, set it up as normal. Just get all of them down so you can last hit them with one entire AoE. And I'll always do the same thing here. And if you can't do it with that, just, you know, last hit normally. That is the awkward part of it. If you do fuck up your W, you're gonna lose some minions, and, you know, for speed, that's not really... Clear this, you dumbass. Oh, whatever. I should be picking up ATM right now. There we go. And now... Yeah, now it's instant wave clear all the time. So, again, if there's anything you want to take from this video, except for mumblings and coughing and awkward camera movements, look at the wave clear roam, or roam wave clear. Wait, yeah, because you fuck it. You wave clear and then you roam. That's the important part, or at least wave clear to like defuse roam. This was just awkward. Why did? If I'd cleared that before, that would have been fine. Oh, that was stupid not clearing that before, because then we could have invaded red. Well, whatever. Go for that aggressively. Not really anything. I mean, it's fine. It's just Ignite wasn't really. I should have known that wasn't enough. Because with Moby Boots, you know, you don't really have the damage unless you're building more of it. I guess, I don't know. I guess I was kind of fishing for a flash there, but again, even if you don't get it, yeah, I mean, now I used Ignite, so this argument doesn't really hold up. But even if you don't get it, your cooldowns are so low that trading all of your spells, except for your summoners, for them going back and you getting to de-push roam or push out roam, is like worth, because you don't even need your ultimate to roam. It makes it so that you'll always get the kill pretty much if you have ultimate, but you don't really need ultimate to roam. You just need, you know, E, W, Q. I guess the important thing to talk about then is mana management. I'm getting ganked from the left side now. Do I have ultimate? I don't have ultimate. Let's see how I deal with this. Oh, I guess they're not going for me. Oh, actually, it's fine. We have Swak here. That's a good snare. I don't think he would have gotten me, though, because I was like running in an arc to get my Moby boots up, and at that point he has to ghost to get me, I think. Did they get a second dragon, I think? It's this awkward. I'm just, I can't decide. I should just be looking at, you know, looking at this, like, why would I ever go for dragon here? Look at how much I can see. Blue. I mean, I can see the dragon. I can also see that no one can do anything, and Needley's dead. Just go mid, deep push, starve, because that's also, man, take a shot every time I say deep push. But really, it's not even deep pushing; it's pushing. Push out the wave, make the turret deny minions, and be free to roam, because then they don't know which way you roamed, which path you're taking, and since you have a sweeper, you can make sure that's even emphasized even more, because you take out the wards that could see you, and even do some sneaky shit like taking out a ward, pretend to be running that way, and then turn around, run the other way. You know, and this ward is perfect. Always be careful of this ward right here, because this, or like the places that you usually ward if you're blue side, this ward generally always, even if you're red side, this ward is pretty common to ward. Like these 3 brushes, because you always want to run bot lane for the 2 kills on dragon early game. So always like sweep these 2 brushes, or this big area is just, you know, this is the same way you roam, you ward for TF, so you can ping that he's going. Same thing works with Talon, just because with Moby boots he's so friggin' fast. But yeah, at this point, what do I have? I have Tiamat, another pickaxe. I'm not even finishing Hydra, I'm just going for another pickaxe, another 25 damage instantly. I really cringe when I have to buy lifesteal on Talon or Zed. I hate buying lifesteal. Or rather, I hate buying Vamp Scepter. I hate it so much. You shouldn't need it to duel. If you have Bork, you shouldn't need it. And if you're buying Cutlass, just go for the longswords instead. I hate buying Vamp Scepters. Regardless, this is W3 and it's deep push, but this is going to be a gank. See how I deal with this. I'm just rolling upwards. He's going for the... He's not going for the Mad Life, he's just going for a normal movement prediction. It's pretty easy to dodge. With or without a mobility boost, that should be a free dodge, I think. And again, I realize now that, hey, maybe they're seeing me every single time when I'm walking down here, just based on... I guess, like, when you're walking over wards, you should always look at... Oh, what the hell? There you go, okay, that's curious. When you're walking over wards, you should always look at how they're moving, because you see, like, when I'm walking over there, because I have this ward, like, I should be seeing this. Oh, I'm actually not seeing it. Curious. Or for some reason I figured out there was a ward there, but generally you can look at the enemy's movements to see. It's also the same way you determine ganks, like if they suddenly start acting aggressive. This is nothing new, obviously, but if they suddenly start acting aggressive, assume that there's a ward there. Alright, he's coming, just ult. Just ult. And that's 3 people mid, just run upwards. Flash. Yeah, that was pretty bad. That's also something worth talking about, actually. Oh, that's... right here. Okay. Here. This turret is an enemy, in a sense. Because if I walk here, just look at here. It's kind of awkward with your sound there. Here, if I walk up here, which I did, at this point I'm kind of fucking myself. What I kind of gotta do is walk upwards at this point, but then I'm walking into Olaf's range because I do have flash. So I mean, I can like, does it really matter if I have to expend flash? Then yeah, I can walk freaking up here if I want to, but you know, just bear with it. But if I'm walking up here, I'm fucked. It's too, the AoE is too big. I have to walk up like here, and then again, I'm gonna be fucking myself, because then, you know, I have to wait for the entire animation for it to end while I'm walking up there getting fucked by Trinda before I can flash, and then, you know, does he have Ghost? He does have Ghost, so, you know, if I'd walked up there I would have fucked myself. But the whole getting caught between the turret and the wall is so common in mid lane. Happens all the time. RA charms, ZQs, anything, any skill shot in the game catches you here all the time. You should avoid running this way. Obviously, like, well, if I would have walked this way, he would have had a closer range. But avoid as much as you can. This is the area of death, or area of forced flashes, because that would have hit 100%. And axe. So, you know, even if I didn't get hit by that, axe would have gotten me, so they get turret. And here we have a nice Soraka, giving us some HP and mana. E to make sure the minions don't take out that. Look at map. It's D-pushed. Yeah, it's D-pushed, it's pushed. Just apparently D-push and push are synonyms. Just ignore me. When I say push, I mean push. Fuck it. We're going for a fight here. This should be a free fight at this point, you know. He should be down. Yes, ignite to make sure he doesn't get away. Probably wasn't necessary because, you know, it's Needly, and he did use Ghost, so you're ghosting for the gank. Is that gonna work? It is not. Or is it? Alright, we're going him. That was a really, really nice flay. Doesn't change anything, but I really want to emphasize how nice that flay was. Look at this. This is beautiful prediction on Thresh. That, holy moly. That was pretty nice. Didn't do anything at all, but, you know, really beautiful. And they're finished off. Okay. And Soraka coming in, giving me some heals. You know, thanks. Not much to talk about there. Think. Not much to do here. No, just recall. Actually, since I think my sweeper... Yeah, my sweeper's up. I should have swept this area. I should have done the normal sweep here, or checked for pink wards quickly before I recalled. Because Thresh and Syndra were dead, so no point in me like not checking there, but I guess it was a bit redundant at the time, I suppose. So regardless. Alright, buy your items, dude. So what do we have? Yes, look at this. Last Whisper, I would buy my pausing. Well, Last Whisper is just more armor penetration, you know, not much to say about it. Generally, I think if you can get Yomas, it's also rather nice, but the problem with the Yomas is that you're kind of slowing down in the AD game, and building crit is so cringe on Talon. Like in an early phase, before IE, like when you have IE, if you're building IE, no one laughs at your crits, but when you're building like a Brawler's Glove or a Avarice Blade, it's just, ugh. Yeah, ulti with mobility boots, no one gets away from that. She Qs, gets over the wall. We get a DC. Ah, man. And they start doing Nashor. At this point you're thinking, wait, why is this game so short? And you're also thinking, wait, this is kind of like a normal Talon game. Why did he... I mean, you're probably not thinking, but why did he want to show this game? Because solo queue is amazing. Diamond 1, everyone. Diamond 1. And naturally, what happens to that next is only logical. For Diamond 1 West. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good one.